Hey there, skating and skater community. Thank you for tuning in. I'm super excited to share this with you because not very often we get upgrades to the technology that allows us to skate fast and efficiently this big. So welcome to SPSPSK. It's a brand I've been familiar with since they came on the market, simply because they've done something that have rearranged the entire structure of roller skating bearings. In today's video, I'll share my personal experience with SPSPSK Technology, basically explain what it is. It's a matter of time before we will see every single inline skater using these bearings. Long story short, they have simplified it so that instead of using a classic bearing where you have a bearing, a spacer in between the bearing, and then another bearing. So once it goes inside the wheel, you will have these three components that will allow the bearings to spin freely on each their side of the wheel hub. Well, now with the SPSK technology, it comes as a one piece here, which makes a massive difference for quite a lot of reasons that I'm about to explain. But this is really just what you need to understand it as we dive into it. It is a patented technology, which is why this is the company that produced the bearings for a lot of recognized brands, including Rollerblade, which I'm personally a big fan of. I'm also going to dive into the different options you have when getting SPSPSK bearings and which one I think you should go for. If you've never seen any of my videos or been to this channel before, I have been inline skating since I was born, basically. Today I'm 31 years old. I've been to the Olympic Games in ice speed skating 3 times. And at the latest Olympics, I managed to grab a silver medal. But when I'm not busy ice skating, I'm out on my inlines and I absolutely love the sport. And I get extremely excited when we have technological advancements such as this. There'll be links in the description where you can find these. And there's a comment section where you can ask me questions. The main thing that I really think improved when we got the SPSPSK technology is simply that you take this center piece out, and that takes out a lot of friction and you entirely eliminate the risk of it not cooperating perfectly. I think everyone's been on inline skates, have tried out different bearings, and these spacers can recognize the sound of when it doesn't fit perfectly. And you shake your wheels, or say a wheel's a little to the side, the bearing doesn't probably plug in because the spacer is in the way. It's a mess having it all adjusted. And now that you know that these two pieces will align here, and with the pressure of tightening the axle, they are going to touch here, and you will always have a perfectly fitting bearing. They are easier to maintain, easier to clean, and they also have a longer durability. Given that it's a single piece, it's always perfectly aligned. There is no friction and there's nothing to rub against each other. So it just creates a much longer life length of your bearing. SPSPSK have multiple different options depending on how serious you are about your skating and where is your performance versus price range budget. The ones I have here, I just have a single bearing here for comparison, standard bearing. When we look closer at the SPSPK, there is this one. So that is a ceramic bearing. These obviously will last longer because they are proofed against the weather, wind, against the rain, the water. They also come at a higher price, so we're looking at something about $300 to $400 for these, depending on what color of bearings you're looking for. It doesn't matter which one of these you're going to take, they will be rolling extremely well. The difference is the ceramic one here is going to roll well for till the end of time, basically. So we have the ceramic ones, they're standard bearings. Then this one that looks like a pink bearing, but if you look closer at it, you will see that this around it is simply just some firm plastic to enlarge it, because the bearing itself is extremely tiny. Now you can't tell here, but if we put them on a scale here, you're gonna see a quite significant difference in weight when comparing standard bearings and all the other SPSK models. Because the plastic is lighter, you still have the same amount of bearing balls inside it, and it does have an incredible roll. But when we add these together, say you are gonna need 16 of them, it will become pretty heavy. Obviously, this is lighter than using a spacer. It seems as if there is the same amount of metal, but when you look closer at it, obviously it does not have this large ring that is there to, put it in place so it doesn't, fall to one side or the other as you're out skating, where this one doesn't have that because the pressure will keep it perfectly aligned with the other end. So even if you don't go for the lightweight micro bearing, you will still save some weight in the spacer itself because it doesn't have that ring out there. My personal test, whether that's been measuring how fast I skate over the course of X distance, or if it has been measuring simply just rolling in a skating position down a hill, seeing how far I get. They've been pretty significant. I'm gonna share these in a future video here on the channel, that I love going faster, and when I can do it in an easy way and do it in a way that doesn't cost me more money and just do it for longer and seamlessly. I love that. Any questions on bearings, you drop them in the comments. I already made some videos on how to clean your bearings, how to maintain them, and also an interesting test on like how good are bearings that are brand new compared to the ones that are semi-rusty, used in the rain, season old. And that kind of blew my mind, so get good bearings.